Hey friends! So I told you I wanted to do one with my high school daughter doing the Principles of Mathematics Book 2 for Masterbooks because that's what she's doing for 2023. And so I am going to do that in this video. And that way you're able to see how we do things. And again, like just to clarify, this is how we use our schoolwork. This isn't how maybe other people do, but I just wanted to give you like a little bit of a more clear picture because I do know that whenever you order things online with Masterbooks, you're not able to like actually see in the books all the time. And that's something that is hard sometimes. I love Masterbooks. It's awesome. But I just wanted to be able to show you how we do her math. So here we go. Come along. The lighting will probably be off a little bit. And again, I have no makeup on and, there are some days where stuff looks bad. But I want to show you first what she would start out doing and then how we would teach her a lesson and where we would go from there. Okay? So with her watching that episode or lesson on math, that lesson, she watches her lesson by herself every day. So after she gets done watching that lesson, and of course that specifically, it doesn't go with the book. It does go with the book, but it's extra. It's Masterbooks Academy, and it's the Principles of Mathematics 2. And the reason that we spend the money on it and purchase it is because of the fact that her watching the lesson first and then me teaching the lesson has helped her understand it so much better. So she watches that full lesson. This lesson is 10 minutes and 21 seconds. Sometimes they're like 7 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. So then we go into going over the lesson together. Okay. But this is how we do teaching the lesson for us in our home. Okay, so it says you've probably learned.
So like, when we're talking about expressing a quantity in the next lesson, in the 2 one. 1, 2, so chapter 1.2. So each chapter has like 7 mini sections, sometimes 5, and you do each one of those each day. So like this is talking about the symbol for the number 1, right? So early, Arab was like this. Mayan or Aztec was like this. This is what 1 was. Hebrew was like this. Modern was like that. This is Hebrew rabbinical, and this is Hebrew regular. This is Samaritan. And so we're able to go into the different lessons and different things.
Then we use the board whenever we need to give examples of the chapter. And then from here, she would take her notes as I'm teaching each lesson. While I'm teaching it on the board and reading it to her.
Do you want me to grab a worksheet?
Yes. So then after I would teach her the lesson and use the dry erase board and things like that, we would move into her worksheet. So she would do a worksheet each day. Usually at the very end of each chapter there is a chapter synopsis, and there's not usually a worksheet for that. It's just more like a review. She would get that done, turn it in, and then I grade her papers on Fridays. And then this is the second book, and this is where all the worksheets are, and the answers of the book. The other thing is, where is your schedule? Is it in here?
On the very top.
Okay, so then she has a quiz after every chapter. So remember when I said the chapters, there's and sometimes it's 1 or 2 chapters that she goes through before she does a quiz. But for chapter 1, there's 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, all the way to 1.6. And then after lesson or chapter 2.7, there's a quiz. And so she has that. Her first test is after lesson 5.6. So she has 5 tests all together before the final grade. So if that gives you a little bit more of an idea of my high school daughter's math, her principles of mathematics. When she finishes principles of mathematics, she will be going into algebra. And then after algebra, she will go into geometry and then algebra 2. And right now she's doing really well. She excels really well in how that goes. So, guys, that is the math lesson video for our homeschool for Master Books Principles of Mathematics 2. Do you want to come give a little insight on how you feel about it?
We tried some other math things that were like way too overwhelming because it was so much. It was like, oh my gosh. And it was crammed together, but Master Books kind of spreads it out, which is sometimes irritating, but most of the time it pays off in the end. So I like that, and I like that the worldview is like highly
Biblical.
Well, it's highly biblical, but it's like in every chapter, and they take the simplest things and make it so deep.
So there you have it. We love Master Books. Like she said, their focus is more on mastering what you know, and not just rushing through things to say you have an education. And so in doing that does bug her sometimes, but like she said, overall it pays off because then you know that stuff, so that when you're learning a new concept, it's not as difficult. It's the same with classical conversations for us. We also do that. And the memorizing part is so great for our littles because when you get to the high school parts where you're using like the distributive law and the identity law, those kind of things, they already know because they've been singing the songs, the distributive law states, like those kind of songs since they were 4 years old. And so it's the same concept with Master Books. It is a lot more Charlotte Mason, in the fact that their lessons are not focused on length, right? So it's more focused on knowing your stuff. And so with that being said, you don't have like a short chapter and a whole bunch of work to do. You have your chapter and equally that amount of work. So if y'all have any questions, guys, I know it's been a long time. I'm so thankful for my channel growing during this break that we've taken. I hope that y'all continue to love our videos. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to say, any comments to make, I'm always open, and I would love to help in any way that I can. I know that homeschooling is hard, and I know that homeschooling is something that a lot more families are turning to with the way of the world these days. And I just want to let you know that you can do it. For those of you that are new to the channel, we are pregnant with baby number 8. We both work full-time jobs. My husband and I both work full-time jobs, and we homeschool our children. And so it is possible. It's not easy, but life is about choosing your hard. It's hard to be fat. It's hard to be skinny. Choose your hard. It's hard to work out. It's hard to be lazy. Choose your hard. It's hard to do homeschool. It's hard to take them to public school and not agree with the things that are happening there. Choose your hard. It's hard to work and make the money to pay the bills, and it's hard to not work and not have the money to pay the bills. Choose your hard. It's all about choosing your hard. Nothing is necessarily easy in this life that we have and are blessed with. So just I hope that helped you. I hope that you were blessed today, and I hope that you go check out Master Books because we love Master Books. It's been great. Again, it's completely biblical worldview. And if you have any questions, just reach out, let me know. And if you all have some suggestions for some homeschool curriculum you'd like to see, and we have it, then we can definitely show it to you. I've been homeschooling for like 8 or 9 years now. So yeah, anyway, hope to see you next time. Bye guys.